is a country of extremes. Wild mountains tower over ancient forests. Medieval cities remain frozen in time, while modern capitals surge forward. And hidden between peaks and valleys are secrets that Europe forgot about centuries ago. This is your complete travel guide to Romania's most incredible destinations. From the legendary castles of Transylvania to the painted monasteries hidden in northern valleys, we're exploring 25 places that will completely change how you see Eastern Europe. Brașov, the gateway city nestled in the heart of Transylvania at 625 meters elevation. Brașov is where medieval history meets modern tourism. Founded in the 12th century by Saxon colonists, this city of 280,000 served as a crucial defense point between empires. The medieval walls still surround the old town, and walking through them feels like stepping back 800 years. The main square, Piața Sfatului, is the beating heart. It's dominated by the Black Church, a massive Gothic structure built in the 14th century. The name comes from a 1689 fire that blackened its walls with soot. At 43,000 square feet and standing 65 meters tall, it's the largest Gothic church in Eastern Europe. The square itself is surrounded by colorful merchant buildings, painted in yellows, reds, and blues. In summer, outdoor cafes fill every corner. In winter, Christmas markets transform it into something from a fairy tale. Climb Mount Tampa via cable car. It takes 8 minutes to reach the summit at 960 meters. From here, the entire city sprawls below you, surrounded by forested mountains on all sides. This is why Brașov was so strategic. You can see any approaching army from miles away. Best time to visit: May-September for hiking, December for Christmas markets. Bran Castle, the Dracula legend 45 minutes from Brașov. Perched dramatically on a rocky hill 200 feet above the valley, stands the castle that launched 1,000 tourist brochures. Bran Castle was built in 1377 as a customs checkpoint. Merchants traveling through the mountain pass had to pay taxes here. Vlad the Impaler, the historical figure loosely connected to Dracula, probably spent little or no time here. But Bram Stoker's 1897 novel changed everything. castle is Romania's most visited attraction. The stone walls, narrow windows, and winding staircases look exactly like a vampire's lair should. There are secret passages, torture chambers, or at least rooms historians call that, and a small museum with medieval weapons. The real magic isn't the Dracula connection, it's the setting. The castle commands views across forested valleys that extend to the horizon. On clear days, you can see for 50 kilometers in every direction. Inside, the castle is smaller than people expect. Most rooms are just 20-30 square meters. The medieval fortress was designed for defense, not comfort. But that's what makes it authentic. Entrance fee, around $15. Renault Fortress, the siege survivor 30 kilometers south of Brașov. Another fortress clings to a hilltop. Renault is less famous than Bran, but arguably more impressive from an engineering perspective. Built by the Teutonic Knights in 1373, this fortress was designed differently. Instead of protecting nobles, it protected villagers. During Ottoman or Mongol raids, entire communities, sometimes 200+ people with livestock and supplies, would retreat inside the walls. The entire village lived within the fortress. You can still see the foundations of medieval houses, a school, storage buildings, and a small chapel. The most famous feature is the well at the center. At 143 meters deep, it was dug by hand in 17 years by 2 Turkish prisoners who were promised freedom if they completed it. They dug for nearly 2 decades. They were never released. Standing at the rim of this well, looking down into absolute blackness, feels like looking into history itself. The mathematical precision of the ancient engineering is stunning. The entire shaft is nearly perfectly vertical, despite being carved by hand through solid rock. Best for photography, less crowded than Bran. The Transfăgărășan Road, the world's most beautiful drive. This road should not exist. When it was built, most people thought Nicolae Ceausescu, Romania's communist dictator, had lost his mind. In 1970, after the Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia, Ceausescu decided to build a military road across the Carpathians. He wanted a route that could move troops quickly if the Soviets invaded. The problem: the mountains. It took 4 years, over 6 million kilograms of explosives. Approximately 40 workers died. But in 1974, the road opened. Today, the Transfăgărășan stretches 90 kilometers across the mountains with more than 800 curves. The road climbs to 2,040 meters elevation, high enough that oxygen becomes noticeably thinner. There are 5 major tunnels carved directly through solid rock. In summer, it becomes a pilgrimage site for motorcyclists and sports car drivers. People call it the most beautiful road in the world. It's closed most of the year due to snow, typically from October through June. The views are genuinely staggering. You pass from dense pine forests into alpine meadows, then into the barren rocky peaks. The landscape changes completely every few kilometers. Warning, narrow in places, no guardrails on some sections. Weather can change instantly. Sibiu, the eyes of Transylvania in the 12th century. Saxon colonists founded a merchant city that would dominate Transylvania economically for 700 years. Sibiu still looks like a German merchant town. Cobblestone squares, colorful houses with steep roofs, Gothic churches, and defensive walls. But there's one detail that makes Sibiu unique: the eyes. Look at the roofs of the old town. The attic windows are shaped like wide-open eyes. Locals call them the eyes of Sibiu. Originally, these windows ventilated the attics where meat was dried and grain was stored during winter. Now they're the symbol of the city. The historic center is divided into 3 main squares connected by passageways and narrow streets. Each square has its own character. Upper square was for nobility, lower square for merchants and craftspeople. The evangelical church dominates the center. Built in the 14th century, its tower rises 73 meters and can be seen from anywhere in the city. Inside, the organ still plays during services. In 2007, Sibiu was named European Capital of Culture. That event transformed it from a provincial backwater into a major international destination. Must see. Bridge of Lies 1859 iron bridge with local legends about truthfulness. Sighișoara, the only inhabited medieval city. This is not a museum. People actually live here. Sighișoara is the only medieval citadel in Transylvania that has never been abandoned. Its walls, towers, and cobblestone streets remain authentic because they're still functional. Founded by Saxons in the 12th century as a trade fortress on the route connecting Western Europe to the Balkans, it grew wealthy. The clock tower, 64 meters tall, dominates everything. Under its arches passed merchants, soldiers, and craftspeople for 800 years. The clock tower has a mechanism with wooden figurines that mark the hours. The figurines rotate through the clock face to indicate which hour has arrived. It's been operating for centuries and still works. Vlad the Impaler was born here in 1431. His house still stands and has been converted into a restaurant. It's a modest 2-story structure, nothing fancy. Just where a 15th century military commander's family lived. The streets are all original stone, laid out in a grid pattern from medieval times. Walking through them at dusk is genuinely atmospheric. Cobblestones, Gothic arches, ancient walls, and the smell of wood, smoke from fireplaces. Stay overnight, the experience is completely different after tourists leave. Bucharest, the Paris of the East, the communist era. Romania's capital is a study in contradictions. Before World War II, Bucharest was called the Paris of the East. Wide boulevards, elegant villas, Art Nouveau buildings, and vibrant cultural life. Then came the bombing during the war, followed by 45 years of communist rule. Nicolae Ceausescu demolished entire historic neighborhoods in the 1980s to build the Palace of Parliament. It's the second largest administrative building in the world after the Pentagon. The statistics are insane. 3.9 million square feet, 1,000 plus rooms, 365,000 square meters of floor space. It was built while the country starved, Workers literally died building it. And it was never fully finished. But it stands, a monument to communist megalomania. Yet somehow, Bucharest survived. The historic center, Lipscani, still preserves Art Nouveau buildings, literary cafes where intellectuals gathered, and Orthodox churches hidden between modern buildings. The main boulevard is 3 to 5 kilometers long and was designed to be wider than the Champs-Élysées in Paris. There's the Palace of Deposits and Consignments, a stunning 1900 building mixing neoclassical and Art Nouveau with a glass dome 30 meters high. Christmas, Constitution Square, right in front of the Parliament, hosts the largest Christmas market in Romania. Ice skating rinks, craft stalls, mulled wine, and the surreal experience of Christmas markets with the massive communist building looming behind. Honest assessment, Bucharest is chaotic, unpredictable, and fascinating precisely because nothing matches. Pele Castle, the electricity pioneer in 1870, King Carol I decided he needed a summer residence. He chose a forested valley near the village of Sinaia, 140 kilometers north of Bucharest. The result was Pele Castle, the first castle in Europe to have electricity, central heating, and an elevator. In the 1880s, this was revolutionary. The castle is built in German Neo-Renaissance style with 160 rooms. Each room has a different theme and decoration. Walnut, oak, and marble cover every surface. The stained glass windows are original and extraordinary. Inside is one of Europe's most important weapons collections. Over 4,000 pieces from medieval times through the 20th century. Swords, armor, rifles, cannons, the collection is remarkable. Walking through Pele is like time traveling to the Austro-Hungarian Empire's final years. Everything is preserved, the electrical systems, the plumbing, the furniture. It's a snapshot of late 19th century royal life. The castle is surrounded by gardens with geometric patterns and forest views. In summer, the valley below is green. In autumn, it's a patchwork of gold and red. Travel time, 2 hours from Bucharest by train or car. The painted monasteries of Bukovina in northern Romania. In the Bukovina region, 8 painted monasteries exist within 50 square kilometers. They're all UNESCO World Heritage Sites, built in the 15th and 16th centuries. These monasteries feature something revolutionary for their time: completely painted exterior frescoes. The entire exterior walls became religious artwork. The pigments have lasted 500 years because of the application technique. Paint was applied to fresh stucco, which sealed it permanently. The blues came from lapis lazuli, the reds from cinnabar, the greens from malachite, all natural minerals. The most famous is Voron Monastery, known for Voron Blue, a brilliant azurite tint that covers the entire exterior. Scientists have analyzed this pigment extensively. They've matched it to medieval sources. They've tried to recreate it. No one can figure out exactly how medieval monks achieved a blue that would survive 500 years in harsh climate without fading. It remains an unsolved mystery. The interior frescoes are equally impressive. Biblical scenes, saints, demons, and theological concepts painted with naive artistic style. The Last Judgment covers entire walls with remarkable detail. Best base, Gura Humarului village, 8 painted monasteries within 19 square kilometers. The wooden churches of Maromir in northern Romania, in the Maromir region. Wooden churches stand as engineering marvels. Built between the 17th and 19th centuries, they feature impossibly tall, narrow towers, often rising 40+ meters high. The entire structure is built from wood using complex joinery techniques. No metal nails. No screws, just joints and geometry. The roofs are steep to shed winter snow. The construction is so precise that these churches have survived 400 years of temperature swings, from -30 Celsius in winter to +40 in summer. These aren't primitive structures. They're sophisticated engineering solutions to climate and structural challenges. Medieval carpenters understood load distribution, wind stress, and snow weight in ways that rival modern engineering. Many are still in active use. Nuns live in monastic complexes. Services are held regularly. The churches function exactly as they did centuries ago. Most famous, Bersana Monastery, a complex of wooden structures 57 meters high, entirely without metal fasteners. The Danube Delta, Europe's wetland paradise after flowing 2,860 kilometers from Germany's Black Forest. The Danube spreads into a massive delta before flowing into the Black Sea. The Danube Delta covers 4,152 square kilometers, making it the second largest delta in Europe after the Volga. It's a maze of channels, islands, floating vegetation, and constantly shifting water. Over 300 bird species live here. White pelicans, cormorants, herons, eagles. It's one of Europe's greatest biodiversity hotspots. There are no roads in the delta. You travel only by boat. The silence is profound. You hear only water, birds, and wind. UNESCO declared it a World Heritage Site in 1991. It's protected, but still threatened by pollution, fishing pressure, and climate change. Best time, May-September, for bird watching and warm weather. Salt mine, the underground park 394 feet underground, the temperature remains constant at 12 Celsius. Humidity stays at 80%. And the silence is absolute. Turda Salt Mine was worked for centuries. In 1932, extraction ceased. But in 2010, someone had a crazy idea. Turn it into an underground park. Today, 120 meters below the surface, there's a Ferris wheel, a mini golf course, a navigable salt lake, rock climbing walls, paddle boats. The air is 5 times purer than outside because salt crystals release negative ions that purify lungs. People with respiratory issues visit specifically for the therapeutic effects. Walking into the mine, you descend through salt walls that are pure white. The silence is almost unsettling. The temperature never changes. It feels like being inside another planet. Cost around $15. Timișoara, the Electric City in 1884. Timișoara became the first city in continental Europe to have electric street lighting. Before Paris, before Vienna. Over 700 electric lamps illuminated its streets when the rest of Europe still burned oil. This event established Timișoara as a forward-thinking city, a reputation it maintains today. The city is built around 3 squares that open one after another like rooms in a palace. Union Square is the heart, surrounded by Baroque buildings painted in pastel colors, yellows, pinks, greens, blues. The architecture is distinctly Central European. Arcaded streets, period street lamps, and the Bega River crossing through the city like the canals of Vienna. In 1989, the revolution against communism started here. Protests began in Timișoara and spread throughout Romania, ultimately toppling the regime. Today, the city has a cosmopolitan feel. Romanian, Hungarian, and German are spoken without distinction. There are more restaurants and cafes per capita than most European cities. Must see: the Cathedral of Mary, Baroque architecture, 1756. Lake Vidraru, the Prometheus Dam in the 1960s. Romania needed electricity. The communist regime decided to dam the Arge River, building a dam 166 meters high in the heart of the southern Carpathians. 5 villages went underwater. Churches, cemeteries, homes, forests, all submerged. Thousands of people were forcibly relocated. The result is an artificial lake 14 kilometers long, surrounded by dramatic mountain peaks. On the dam's facade is carved a 40-meter-high statue of Prometheus, the titan who stole fire from the gods to give to humans. It was added in 2004 to celebrate the engineering feat. The lake is cold and deep. The cliffs surrounding it are sometimes thousands of meters high. It's a stunning but haunting place. Beauty created at terrible human cost. Photography. The contrast between the modern dam and natural landscape is striking. Lake bypassed the limestone canyon at a specific point. A canyon was closed in 1960 when a 127-meter dam blocked the Bistria River. Water rose slowly, submerging the valley. Today, a lake extends 30 kilometers, nestled between rocky walls that exceed 1,000 meters in height. The watercolor changes constantly. Deep blue, turquoise, gray, depending on light and suspended limestone sediments. The cliffs surrounding the lake are dramatic and sometimes vertical. The landscape feels otherworldly. Small towns on the lake's edge serve as access points. You can take boat tours through the canyon. The walls seem to lean inward, creating the sensation of being inside a natural tunnel. Adventure, kayaking through the canyon is popular in summer. Cluj-Napoca, the student city. 13 universities concentrate 100,000 students in a city of 300,000. This shapes everything. The city is a laboratory of urban contradictions. A 14th century Gothic church stands next to a communist apartment block next to a modern glass tower. They coexist without apparent hierarchy. St. Michael's Church dominates the main square. Its tower rises 80 meters and has overlooked the square since the 14th century. The interior features Gothic vaults and Renaissance decorations. The historic center mixes Baroque, Gothic, and brutalist communist architecture. It shouldn't work, but it does. The city has a vibrant nightlife. Tech startups launching from courtyards. Young people filling squares until 2 a.m. It's modern Europe, but with medieval architecture surrounding it. Cultural events, film festivals, jazz festivals, electronic music festivals happen constantly. Lake Blee, the ice hotel at 2,034 meters altitude, surrounded by jagged Carpathian peaks. A glacial lake reflects mountains in intense blue during summer. The lake is 360 meters long and 11 meters deep. It was carved by glaciers thousands of years ago when ice covered the Carpathians. A historic mountain lodge built in 1906 stands on the shore, along with several smaller structures. In winter, the lake freezes completely. When it does, builders construct an ice hotel from blocks cut directly from the lake. The rooms, tables, beds, glasses, everything is ice. The interior temperature stays at -5 Celsius. You sleep in a sleeping bag on an ice bed in an ice room. In the morning, you shower in heated water while surrounded by ice walls. It's one of Europe's most unique hotel experiences. Access only in summer via cable car from Sighișoara. In winter, only by helicopter or very difficult hiking. The Transfăgărășan Road, the highest road this 148-kilometer route, is the highest road in Romania, reaching 2,140 meters elevation. Parts of the road may date back to ancient Roman times when legions used mountain paths to move troops across the region. The modern road was rebuilt in the 1930s. The road is spectacularly engineered. Hairpin turns, dramatic climbs, and views that extend for 100+ kilometers on clear days. Like the Transfăgărășan, this road is typically closed from November through May due to heavy snow. In summer, it's a pilgrimage site for motorcyclists seeking technical riding challenges and stunning scenery. Weather can change instantly. Snow possible even in summer at the highest elevations. Viscri, the forgotten village population, 500. Saxon houses, 200. Medieval fortified church with 3-meter thick walls, still intact. Viscri is a village that time forgot to change. German colonists arrived in the 12th century. The church was built to withstand sieges. Houses were arranged along a single medieval street layout. The fields are still plowed with horses. Hay is collected by hand and stacked in sheaves that dot meadows. This traditional agriculture has preserved biodiversity. More butterfly species live here than almost anywhere in Romania. Walking through Viscri, you're walking through the 15th century. The only anachronisms are power lines and mobile phones. King Charles III owns several guest houses here. He visits regularly and advocates for its preservation. Preservation. The village survives because traditional agriculture remains economically viable. Forest, the haunted forest the trees grow crooked. Trunks curve for no apparent reason. Botanists hypothesize soil anomalies, maybe underground radiation affecting growth. At the forest center is a perfectly circular clearing where nothing grows despite fertile soil and adequate sunlight. Local legends speak of disappearances and unexplained lights. Skeptics cite electromagnetic interference from Cluj-Napoca. The concrete facts: deformed trees, a sterile clearing, and constant visitors seeking answers. Scientific mystery: no satisfactory explanation exists for the tree deformations or the sterile clearing. Redizat National Park, the glacial lakes. Deep in the mountains, 80 glacial lakes reflect peaks in crystal clear water. These lakes were carved by glaciers 10,000 years ago. The ice retreated, leaving perfect basins that now form natural amphitheaters. Vegetation changes with elevation. Below 1,400 meters, fir and beech forests grow. Above that, only alpine grasses and bare rock. Brown bears, chamois, and golden eagles live here. The isolation of the mountains has preserved populations that disappeared elsewhere in Europe. No paved roads penetrate the park's interior. You hike to reach most lakes. This isolation is what preserves the ecosystem. Difficulty: serious mountain hiking, not a casual walk. Alba Iulia, the Star Fortress A fortress city built between 1716 and 1738, with walls shaped like a perfect star. 7 bastions on a 12-kilometer perimeter. Inside the citadel, streets maintain the original Roman design, intersecting main roads that divide the city into 4 equal parts. The Coronation Cathedral houses sarcophagi of local princes. In 1918, the Union of Transylvania with Romania was proclaimed here. During tourist season, the changing of the guard ceremony occurs on weekends. Soldiers in period uniforms march and sync along fortress walls. Architecture: the star-shaped fortification is one of the finest examples of Vauban-style military architecture in Europe. Turda Gorge, the limestone Cathedral A natural corridor carved in limestone rock by the Hasdate River. Vertical walls block direct light for most of the day. Temperature remains cool even in August. Humidity favors mosses and ferns that grow in rock cracks. Climbers come for equipped routes with bolts and ropes. There's also a road that crosses the gorge, built in the 1800s to directly connect Transylvania to Hungary. Before the road, carts had to make long detours through mountain passes, losing days of travel. Walking through the gorge, surrounded by 100-meter vertical walls, feels like being inside a cathedral carved by nature. Sphinx of Bucegi, the natural sculpture high in the Bucegi Mountains. Wind erosion has carved a rock formation that resembles a human face. The formation is 8 meters high with clear profile, protruding forehead, and pronounced nose. It's not coincidence. Harder rock layers resist erosion while softer layers give way. The result is a natural sculpture that has inspired countless legends and theories. Around it, other rock formations create a lunar landscape that feels alien. Altitude, 2,344 meters. Hiking to the Sphinx is technically challenging. The Merry Cemetery of Sna, death with humor in the small village of Sna near the Ukrainian border. The cemetery is an explosion of colors. Over 800 wooden crosses are hand-painted with scenes from the deceased's life. Below each scene is an epitaph in verse that tells who that person was, sometimes with dark irony. A man who drank too much has a tombstone showing him with bottles. A woman who had affairs has hers depicting romantic escapades. Accident victims are shown in their final moments. It began in 1935 when carpenter Stanion Petra decided to celebrate life instead of mourning death. Philosophy instead of grief. The cemetery celebrates personality and tells truthful stories about each person. Romania is not a single story. It's 25 different stories, 25 different perspectives on history, culture, nature, and human resilience. From medieval cities frozen in time, to roads carved through mountains, to lakes that swallowed villages, to forests that defy explanation, Romania remains one of Europe's most mysterious and compelling destinations. It's a country where bears walk into downtown stores, where wooden churches stand without a single nail, where ancient rituals still occur every winter, where communist megalomania coexists with medieval architecture. Romania doesn't fit neat categories. It refuses simple explanation. And that's exactly why it's worth visiting. The question isn't whether Romania is worth your time. The question is, which of these 25 places will you visit first?